Welcome to this tutorial. We are focusing on paper 1 2023 question 1, the 4-mark question. On both paper 1 and paper 3 there are short questions, and the first one is a 4-marker. These questions will ask you to outline two things: factors, reasons, ways, problems. For example, outline two material factors that may affect social class differences in educational achievement. Your answer should be short for each point that you're asked for. 1 or 2 sentences will be enough. Start each point on a separate line, and if you're not sure if all your points are right but can think of an extra one, put that down. The examiner will look at your whole answer and allocate marks accordingly. On these questions for a 4-mark, you should be spending 1.5 minutes per mark, so that is 6 minutes for this 4-mark question. However, you may answer these questions quicker than this, which is perfect because you'll have extra planning time for the longer answers. You should be preparing for these questions by asking your teachers for question banks or writing your own for each topic and preparing your own mark scheme. You can check out past papers on the AQA website, or you can check out the 2 websites that I've given you there because they do have sample and practice questions available for you to use as well. My main advice when looking at the exam question for the first time is don't panic. A lot of students did panic when they saw this question because they often see it as functionalist and Marxist being taught as opposites in terms of the education system. So what I would suggest that you do is read the question once, the second time underline the important trigger words, and if required, read it a third time and do some small annotations about the possible similarities, and this will help you organise your thoughts. Now in this question, the trigger words are similarities, functionalist and Marxist in the context of education. So what I want you to do, I want you to pause this now. I want you to have a go at this answer because in a couple of moments I am going to reveal the mark scheme. So as you can see on the mark scheme, there are a range of different similarities identified, such as secondary socialisation, they're both structural theories, or they have an economic role. And the development mark is coming from the explanation of one of those theories or even both with their views on the role of education. As you can see on the examiner commentary, and these examiner comments are released after the exam and is a summary of how each question was answered generally, you can gain insight here to what the examiner was looking for. These are available for all exam series and you can get them from the AQA website. So students did struggle initially with this question as they're often taught that functionalist and Marxist are seen as opposites. However, most students could give at least one similarity, such as the workplace or agents of socialisation. And most students then were able to develop these points by providing an example from either or both of the functionalist and Marxist perspectives. As you can see with my student answer here, they identified 2 similarities, firstly implying that the agent of socialisation saying both transfer norms and values in paragraph 1 and workforce in paragraph 2. And in both of these paragraphs they explain how, using examples from both the functionalist and Marxist perspective, to reinforce what that similarity is. And as a result, this student got 4 out of 4. So now that you've practiced that 4-mark question, here's another one for you to have a go at. Outline 2 ways in which globalisation may have had an influence on educational policies. That was also a 4-marker. Use your notes revision material. You can have a go at creating your own mark scheme, or you can check out the mark scheme on the AQA exam board and have a go at playing the examiner. To summarise, make sure you are reading the questions at least twice before answering, highlight and annotate to organise your thoughts, start each point on a new line and ensure you are giving your identification point and explanation which links to all the hooks or the parts in the question, and practice by either creating your own questions or using question banks or past papers from the AQA website. So massive thank you for watching. All the links below are to AQA and the other websites that I've referenced here, but please make sure you check out some other useful videos that will help you answering a lot of these exam questions.